Fans, welcome to the 2024 Cascade Conference Championships, presented by U.S. Bank and hosted at the beautiful Lithia and Driveway Fields. Tonight's men's soccer quarterfinal contest is between OIT, Oregon Institute of Technology, and Southern Oregon, the Owls versus the Raiders.
6-foot junior from New River, Arizona. Number 1, Casey Rubio.
Southern Oregon, the higher seed, is the designated home team in this game. We would like to thank our local partners for hosting the CCC Championships, Travel Medford and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission, City of Medford Parks and Recreation, and our university hosts, Southern Oregon University and Oregon Tech. Also thanks to Table Rock Sports for streaming the game, and that's who you're watching right here. Jeff Smith alongside Gavin Wilmot, and we're excited to bring you this quarterfinal match. The number 2 SOU Raiders, number 7 OIT Owls. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll try and catch up to the PA as they're a little ahead of us here, just getting on the air. Let's start with Oregon Tech. Your starting keeper, number 1, is Ryan Solis. Number 6 is Cooper Hunt. Number 7, Merrick Tambio. Cash Coda is number 9. Andrew Pasang, number 10. Lennon Solis, number 11. Silver Schweiger is number 12. Kevin Rodriguez is number 17. Bridger Meyer, number 20. Patrick Chan, number 26. And Arthur Proust is number 28. The head coach of the Owls is Sean McManaman. And the starting lineups for Southern Oregon, Casey Ruvolo will be the starting keeper. He's number 1. Franco Fasoli is number 5. Number 8 is Daniel Palomino. Number 13, Jim Inoue. I think it's Inoue. We'll try and confirm that.
Fans be reminded to display sportsmanship in abiding by our officials' decisions. Allow the players on the pitch to determine today's outcome. Please be
Josu Gisi Bivege. We're gonna get that one too. Is number 16. Tristan Scarrett is 18. Sky Charlie Boyard is 20. Ryusuke Tanaka is 21. Jaden Cameron, 22. Simon Hubner, 27. And Kato Nakayama is 29. Davey Carmichael is the head coach of the Raiders. And the team's getting ready to take the field. And again, I'm Jeff Smith, Gavin Wilmot next to me here, and Mikhail Weish up behind the lens, giving you all the great shots for the next 2 games of these quarterfinals. So, Gavin, why don't you give us a preview? You know these teams pretty well. What can we expect out of this game?
I think the first thing is that it's definitely not a number 2 and a number 7 seed here. This is a rivalry that is deeply rooted here in the Valley. And I think it's going to be something that is very entertaining, and this is probably the most packed a game has been today, and I fully expected that.
Yeah, you got the 2 host teams, the 2 local teams squaring off. SOU, the higher seed, probably the favorite. They've traditionally had their way with OIT, but anything can happen any day, especially on the soccer field. I've done a lot of high school action where I've watched games where a team dominates an entire half, doesn't score, gives up a goal at the start of the second half, and that's it. They lose the game.
100%.
So anything can happen. These 2 kind of rivals because they are the 2 closest teams to one another, so should be a fun contest. And we're waiting for Oregon Tech to come out on the field. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest commercial bank in the United States and operates 3,080 banking offices in 25 states, providing a comprehensive list of banking products to consumers, businesses, and institutions. U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Cascade Collegiate Conference and presenting sponsor of the 2024-25 championships.
Taylor, where's Harper? Where's Harper? Does she have a bib on? Does she have one of these on?
And the action underway. The Raiders kick off to start this first half. And they'll try and send one deep to Tanaka. Now, is there different styles with these two teams, Gavin, that we can watch for, or pretty similar the way they approach the game?
I think it's pretty similar in terms of the aggression and the drive that both teams have. I think SU's a little more direct and looks to get it going right away. I think Oregon Tech's a little more composed when they go forward, but SU definitely looks to get it going right away, as we've seen in these first minute here.
Free kick, and that one had a chance, but the keeper Solis coming out to make the play.
Fully expect these first 5 to 10 minutes to be pretty hectic and everyone trying to get their feet, and it'd be a little chaotic. So it'll be interesting to see who weathers the storm the best.
Yeah, and that tends to be, at least for my experience, how a lot of soccer games start. A lot of it I call it a feeling out process, where the teams are looking for weaknesses, looking for seams. Where are we going to be able to attack, and what are they going to try to do to us so that we have to defend?
Absolutely.
So turning the corner there was Cash Coda, the Ashland product. Plenty of local guys on these two teams, but plenty of guys from all over the country as well.
Yep. Yeah, Cash Coda, you mentioned, the Ashland native, so got a little more in it for him. But yeah, all over.
So the Raiders in the white with the red shorts, if we didn't mention that. The Owls in the blue, very colorful blue jerseys, or patterned, well-patterned blue jerseys. So to the near side it comes. Coda gets rid of it. And this is going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. We're going to be leaning on the referee in a few of these spots because we're blocked by some of the fans. But the camera's got a nice clear view for you, so I'll have to check the screen more than I do normally.
Yeah.
I'm a field watcher. Some guys like to watch the screen. I don't, but I will have to today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on the field. I had one of the games earlier, and yeah, to our left, you ain't going to see much.
Nope. So it's been mostly a Raider attack so far in the early minutes here, but other than one pretty good chance on that free kick, nothing too ominous for either team so far, and it does feel like what you were talking about, kind of that feeling out period as they little frantic and things will settle down, and another foul called against the Owls, so we'll get a free kick coming up here.
Another dangerous spot for them to put a good ball in.
Yeah, this is a nice spot here for a free kick, and I believe that's Nakayama lining it up. Try to punch it back in there with Palomino. Oh, and a good header from one of the Raider defenders. That's number 16. That's Bivege. I'm gonna get some help on that one. He is from Libreville, Gabon. And you better Google the maps for that one, because I'm going to have to do the same.
Can't help you there.
But he made a nice play there nonetheless, and we want to recognize that. So Raiders trying to work their offense. Good poke away there by Chan. All the way into the box. Nakayama collects it in the corner. Little give and go play. He gets it back. Oh, and a nice play made there by Tanaka. They had a chance there. Defense.
Almost stuck through there.
Yeah. Yeah, Tanaka was 2-on-1 there, or 1-on-2, I should say, and he's still kept the possession. They almost got a scoring chance. Got it across the front of the goal, but the defense was there to help the keeper not have to make a play.
I think we're about 5 minutes in, and that's been the 4th foul. I think that's going to be kind of a theme for the game. This is an intense one in terms of both teams wanting it.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. In fact, we're going to see one right there, and this one about the same distance out this time for the Owls. So another good chance. Well, that's something I had to learn. As the levels get higher, the ability to create chances out of throw-ins or free kicks from a farther distance out than, a lot of the high school games that I do.
Absolutely.
You can definitely see that you don't want to give up too many of these free kicks, because it's even better than a corner kick here because it's straight on. And that one got in a little too deep as Ruvolo was able to get to it first off the Pasang free kick. Now Coda sends one to the corner. And that one is right out in front, and we've got an early goal. OIT on the board first.
In the 7th minute by 17, Kevin Rodriguez.
Kevin Rodriguez on the rebound there.
Off the cross by number 9, Cash Coda. And number 7, Merrick Tambio.
So Coda and Tambio assisting on the Rodriguez goal. And it's 1-0. You see our clock starting late or sometimes changing. We don't always get it stopped exactly at the right time, but we will sync it back up to the stadium clock every chance that we get. So that's exactly what Oregon Tech needed to do. You're the underdog here. Getting on the board early, got to be a big boost.
Especially with how the first we're getting about 8-9 minutes in now. It was in this half a lot for SOU, and they were getting the most chances forward. So fair to say that it was against the run of play for the most part in terms of getting it on frame.
Right across the middle by Cameron. And that was a blast.
Yeah, he hit that well.
Yeah, and this is something we were talking about before we turned on the microphones, was the times in soccer where a team is playing better but they're not finding the net, and then all of a sudden the other team scores and the whole momentum shifts. Yep. So we'll see if the Owls can take advantage of it here. They grab that early momentum, see if they can keep it. Good battle along the sideline there. Well, and this is another difference. The higher you go in the levels of soccer, the keeper becomes an 11th player at this level.
Absolutely. The modern game, if you're a goalkeeper and you're unable to use your feet, it's going to hurt you a
lot.
And Ryan Solis in goal for Oregon Tech is very, very good at that. So we'll see if Tech will utilize that. And Casey, same thing. He's good on his feet. So
yeah, because I've seen it overused in a lot of high school games for that very reason you're talking about. That keeper is not that great on their feet or with their feet, and it becomes a problem at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this level, you can't be a good keeper without being a good player. So good control game for the Raiders so far, and they've created some chances, but it's the Owls leading 1-0.
And I think kind of like we talked about in the beginning, it seems so direct by SOU in terms of once they get it there, they are going forward and they are looking for it every time. As soon as they cross the half, they are looking for it, and that's going to be something that Tech's going to have to figure out how to manage, because it's dangerous every time.
Yeah, it's very evident. You're right. As soon as they cross midfield, their foot on the gas all the way down and head for that goal. And it's been successful. They've created some chances. I don't expect this to be a 1-0 game with the Raiders on the field, but you never know.
Yeah. The way this first 10 has been, I don't think so either.
No, it's not looking that way. Well, when you play that aggressively, sometimes you do give up chances going the other direction, too. Teams that go this aggressively offensively sometimes will give those breakaways more often than other teams.
Yep.
So back to this defense, and they've done a nice job of controlling the pace. Tried to set that all the way to the opposite corner to Nakayama, and he will earn the throw-in here. And this one will be a Raider throw-in. Simon Hubner took that throw-in, is number 27 out of Germany. So we said we got some local guys, but we also got some international guys.
Absolutely. Simon fits into this role where he is very well. I've watched a couple of their games this year, and when he gets forward like this, it is a danger. So.
And Gavin is he's our resident expert, so I'm going to tell him right now, if I get something wrong, please correct me. There's no shame in my game. You can lead me along. Gavin's got his fan club behind him here at the booth. Yeah, SOU behind the line is very methodical. Once they cross midfield, it becomes attack. Yeah, Southern Oregon definitely, they're willing to pick their spots here with their defense, and good defensive play, because that was a nice through ball there, or a advanced ball there, I should say.
Yep.
Looked like he had Cameron lined up. Defense got there.
Yep.
Try to get that to Coda again here on the near side, and the throw in will go to the Owls. Nice give and go.
It's a good play there.
Get it to the near side there. That's Chan sending one to the opposite corner.
It's defended well.
And pretty similar to what we just saw at the other end.
Yep.
And we'll get a free kick here. Showing some good wheels there with Palomino.
Yep, and there's the local side of it. That's Phoenix High School, about 2 minutes away from here.
Yeah, exactly. Right down the road. Phoenix Pirates. Went from a Pirate to a Raider. seems like the right move.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a
Like I said, once he gets into that space there, he can find the right ball. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep giving him that freedom to get in there, because Simon can definitely pick it out.
Now, you'll have to excuse my ignorance, but is that kind of a sign of European players? Do they tend to be that type of a player, or is that just sort of who he is?
In terms of,
Well, that precise. I mean, that kick was so precise.
well, I think, yeah, he's coming probably from a background of where the sport is much bigger.
Yes.
Crossover there, but I think for him as a player, I mean, that's, I've had the pleasure of playing with him a couple times in our little pickup games and stuff, and he's very good at that. He can pick it out all the time. So it might be more of just him.
His skill set, sure. I think one difference I'm seeing from some of the other games I've been able to do, the referee letting the pace of the play go, not really letting it get delayed the way some high school games can get. And a free kick coming up for the Owls, and we're going to have a stoppage here as we've got an injured player for Oregon Tech.
Yeah. It's caught a bit late there.
So 1-0 your score. And the yellow card comes out. So I believe that was directed to Hulmand, number 26 for, no, I'm sorry, it couldn't have been him. He's the same team. Excuse me. So I saw the card come out. I just didn't see who received it. We'll find out at halftime. Maybe Cameron.
The foul was on 22.
It was on 22, so it's Cameron. So
probably, yeah.
I just caught the yellow card going up late, so I didn't see who it was directed toward. But yes, the foul was on Cameron. Cameron with it now in the corner. Lost his footing. Tried to stop and turn the corner there, and left foot blast was blocked by the defender.
Yeah. No, it's not 1 second of rest for Oregon Tech right now. As soon as it goes out, the ball is coming right back into them. And it seems it's been like that the whole half.
Yeah, it has. Now, is that a pace they can keep up all game long?
Yeah, I think it'll be a conversation of who can keep up the pace. Can Tech keep defending it, or can SU keep going forward? So it'll be interesting to see as the game goes on if it starts to settle down, or if it continues in that pace of go, go, go.
Yeah, because so far you're right. It has been go, go, go for SOU. Maybe even more so since they gave up that early goal. They may have ticked it up even more. Oh.
Yeah, that one's...
That was going to be a pretty easy call there.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a stoppage again. Now, is that Proust? Couldn't quite pick up the number.
That got fouled?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arthur Proust, yep.
So he gets back up, rejoins the play, and another good chance here for the Owls.
That's a good challenge to win it back there. So SU might have been on if he didn't stop that.
So the Owls subbing in a new player. That appears to be number 23. That's Cannon Spooner, if I'm seeing that jersey right. And this throw in going to go to the Raiders. So Oregon Tech drops it down and heads back on defense. And they're going to back him up, do it again. And that's going to go against the Raiders. Whistled for the foul will be Nakayama. And so far, Gavin, your prediction coming true. We've seen more than a fair amount of fouls so far, including a yellow card.
Yeah. I think it's a given for this game. There's going to be a handful of yellow cards.
It's a nice job there by Fasoli slowing that down.
That's a good ball.
Coda being the pest there.
Yeah, Danny seems to be finding a lot of space in there, though, to get time on the ball.
It's nice to have that guy, though, that can do that.
Yeah.
And that one's going to go against the Raiders again.
Andrew Pasang is not a fun player to defend against.
No, it looks like it. And you would know.
Yep. He is not a fun player to defend against. So that what just happened over there is not very surprising. Well read.
Yeah, I was just going to say good heads-up play there by Ruvolo. Got to know when to attack those or when to let them go, and that was definitely the right move. Tanaka looking for some room to work. Gives it back to Hubner. So big chance here for the Raiders as we are at about the halfway point of this first half.
Yep. Two players over the ball. One left and one right-footed, so it'll be interesting to see if they go for the in-swinger or the out-swinger here. I think it'll be the in-swinger, because if you can bounce it in front of the keeper there, it's really hard for them to deal with.
Oh, beautiful. Sky high goes Solis.
That's a great
That
grab.
was excellent.
He got up big.
when you watch those keepers send those balls down the field after making a play like that, you understand why we've seen so many more soccer players as punters in college and pro football.
Yeah.
That ball almost turned into instant offense because he can put it down the field so far.
Yep.
And again, probably another skill you really have to have at this level.
Yeah. So first corner. Of the
First
game,
corner,
right?
yeah. Is that Nakayama taking that corner? I can't quite see.
Put in really well.
And we're going to do it again. That was off of the Owls.
I think it is. Nakayama over there considering.
I was watching him head over there. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. And so this will be the goal kick then.
I think he called it a foul, actually.
Oh, he called a foul. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense because I could have sworn that was off of Oregon Tech. I never question the referees. Well, watching Fasoli, number 5 for the Raiders, handle it a couple of times now, he's got a really good ball protection. He's really good at using the body to protect his possession.
Yeah, I think that's one where you're asking about Simon in terms of where they're from. I think his does have
come from that European style.
Well, I'm pretty sure from.
Or is he from?
I think he's from Argentina.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, so I think that skill set, yes, but I think that one comes a little bit more of the flair of probably how he grew up playing.
So Owls sending in another substitution. And that's going to be number 8, Anthony Aguiar Casillas. Good chance in front.
Ready. Good foul.
So another dangerous spot for a free kick here. Oh, and it'll be a goal kick. That one had a chance. It took kind of a funny hop on that. It had some real top spin on it, and it almost fooled Rivolo. Well, it did fool him, but he got enough of it to.
Yeah. It's the right ball to play in, though, with that. Kind of like we said when SU had one in the similar area. If you can put that in swinger in there and call it kind of like a 2-for-1. It's a cross, and then if nobody touches it and it gets that weird bounce, it might throw the goalkeeper off.
Wow. I'm gonna lean on you on that one. That tackle looked pretty good to me.
I think
borderline.
Based off hearing a little bit what the ref said, I think it's the way he left his feet. I think he went both feet off the ground, which is I think he got the ball. I think it was more of the manner, which is why he's calling it.
Sure.
I don't know. I think you let him play a little bit.
So after a pretty good barrage of Raider chances, Oregon Tech putting some pretty good pressure on these last couple of minutes.
Started to even out a little bit in terms of where it's being played. Most of it's being played now in this middle area as opposed to the first 10, 15. It was all to our right over here.
Yep, absolutely. Ref's getting plenty of help from the crowd.
I was just about to say, that's where it gets a little interesting, though, because for me, that one was probably just as much as a foul as the last one.
Sure,
so,
sure.
And there's the whistle again. I think in the long run, this game might come down to who can manage less fouls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to the fouling is intensifying already, and
yeah, there's not much. It seems like we're stopping every minute right now.
Yes.
But this is, again, another good spot.
So he goes far post with that, but
and springs the attack right away. And they're in 2v1.
2-on-1 right here. Oh. Now, did somebody get a piece of that, or did that just go high?
It was an unintentional block, but it was a block.
Yeah.
I think it smacked the side of his head and went up. So
yeah, I thought that was going to be a shot on goal, and all of a sudden that ball just went right up.
But Casey did well in goal to get that in his hands and get it out right away, and it went from one end to the other in a matter of seconds.
Well, that one's a case where you put that makes a difference, because what you'll see in a lot of high school games, they outkick the coverage, as they would say in football. They kick it just back to the other defense. There's nobody there to collect it for their team, so it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good.
Yeah. And with that one, though, Casey, it came from his hands.
Yes.
So
yeah,
he dished that right into it.
Kicks or throws,
yeah,
they need to be accurate.
Yep.
Oh, that header just wide. Good chance there for the Raiders.
Yeah, that was put into a real good spot.
And it looked like the Owls got a piece of that, because they're gonna tee it up again. This time for a corner kick. Was that a corner or a free kick?
It was a corner.
Okay, I'm having to look at the screen again. I keep forgetting I need to look at the screen. We can't see these two near corners. Oh, going up high again. Solis.
Yeah. I mean, one front and then one back. Two excellent balls played in.
Yeah. And Solis decides to quit playing soccer, or maybe high jumping for OIT would be in his cards. He can get up the ladder. Palomino with the corner. And we're going to have a stoppage here. Getting right back to his feet was Sky Charlie Bolyard. They're going to check on him anyhow. Apparently some contact to the head. That's always a automatic. We're going to talk to you a bit and make sure you know which way is up. And they'll sub him out. And another header over the top. So Raiders getting their chances, just haven't cashed in yet.
Yeah, all three of those were into a good spot. It was, honestly, anything could happen to any of those.
1-0 score. The winner of tonight's contest will earn a spot in one of the Cascade Conference semifinal matches, which will be held on Tuesday, November 12th. The two games on Tuesday at 4 and 7 p.m., and those will be over on the stadium field, Wheeler Field. And, of course, the semifinal winners will play on the 14th in the championship at 2 o'clock at Wheeler Field. Nice move to get past the defender, but nobody there on that cross. I don't think either one of them was listening. They're already going right back at it back here.
There's something wrong with the ball.
So the Raider captain being, what do we got going here?
I'm not sure.
I heard him say number 20, sent him to the sideline. They also got rid of the ball. They had a problem with the ball, and
maybe the trainer's grabbing something. I wonder if maybe blood.
Oh, that could be some kind of equipment issue or medical issue. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently blood by the eye.
That's a dangerous kickback.
Yeah, that was well done on Ryan to get that down, because that was not a pass I bet he wanted to or ever thought he would receive in a game.
No, almost like they forgot which direction they were going for a minute there.
That was a little scary.
Dangerous bounce there.
Yeah.
But again, from that spot on the field, a throw-in is near as effective as a corner kick.
Yeah.
So we're playing a lot back down at this end of the field.
Yeah. I think that might be the theme as we get closer to the half.
If this stays 1-0 at the half, you expect the Raiders to come out the way they did to start the first half?
Yeah, 100%.
When you play this aggressive style, at least with the offense, the defense has been a little more methodical with it, as you would expect. Most teams do that. Is there a level of frustration that starts to set in when you're not scoring?
Yeah, and that's, I think, something that is the fine line with, if Oregon Tech continues to defend like this, if the frustration grows for SU because it stays like this and it's still 1-0, then that's where the frustration comes, and the quality of the play maybe starts to go away a little bit because you're getting a little more desperate as the time goes on, and then that opens up the chance for Oregon Tech to maybe go run down the other way against the run of play. So I think if it stays like this going to the half, it'll definitely be an interesting halftime talk for both coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. Just missed that. He was trying to send that touch pass to that sideline, but it didn't get enough of it. So Owls on the move. And offsides. That may be the first one we've had this half.
I think it was.
Little mistake on that as he tried the kickback. He gave it right to the Owls. Just led him a little too far. 1-0 score. It was the 7th minute when the Owls got on the board. They have held that lead as we get down under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Oh, that one hit the referee and
that's a tough one because I'm pretty sure by law now I think he is supposed to stop it, but it was in their path, so I see the frustration from SAU on that one. And then they make him come back after you played it in. Yeah, that'll get some frustration for a team.
It will, but at the same time, when he made you come back, you have to know that's a drop kick. It's not a free kick, and you can't just put it down and go.
Yep.
Whether you like the rule or not, and I'm not sure that I do, you know that that's a drop kick there. Every sport has those little things that you have to get used to. With volleyball, for me, it's the substitution rule. It drives me crazy. So everyone's got one, and I think the drop kicks are probably my least favorite thing about when the referee gets involved, play always stops.
Yep.
I would prefer if no advantage is gained, that he's treated like an inanimate object and you play on, but that's not how the rule works. So
That's a great
Oh,
tackle.
nice tackle there.
It's a fantastic tackle from Danny. It's got to be frustrating, though. Get that tackle, and then it's given away right away.
Good block there by the defense. So the Raiders trying to tilt the field again the other way. Defense got there first. And that's a tough one for Mendez. He wasn't really out of position. He just didn't see the Raider player coming. And
yeah, I don't know. That one was close.
Yeah,
that one was close. I don't know. I think I'll leave it at that.
yeah, no, I was questioning it in my head, and I don't blame you for not touching it. I'm going to leave it alone myself.
Yeah. So
Kind of reminds me of pass interference in football where the offensive player gets the benefit of the doubt every time. That's how that felt. Going to go with the lefty. Need to get that up a little more, I think. That's not where he wanted that to go.
And then you could do the old cliche of the ball doesn't lie.
Yes, absolutely. Print on Site is here for you all of your tournament gear. Purchase official championship t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and other items. Print on Site has a wide variety of sizes and colors and will be here throughout the tournament. And those miscues from me will get worse as the night goes on because it's starting to get cold out here.
Yeah. As soon as I was out here last night, as soon as that sun goes down, it drops.
Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, I didn't think Norconk had any chance of playing that ball over here, and he managed to get it past everybody.
It's good distribution from Casey there. Get the ball down, and he was able to relieve the pressure really well as soon as he very calm on the ball, the goalkeeper. Oh, into the stands. Kept it in, though.
He did, and he jumped up, and he's hurting a little bit, but grabbing his ankle. Hopefully not too bad.
1 minute.
Those metal bleachers can leave a mark.
Our sake, too.
Oh, nice. Just didn't quite get there, but that was a nice little touch pass, one-timer, as they would say in hockey. Pretty routine there for Solis.
I think Solis will take his time with this and just get to the half. About 30 seconds left.
What is the rule on a keeper? Is it 10 seconds?
It's 6 seconds, but I think the rule just is there for show.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
It's one that is very rarely called.
Which is probably why I was saying 10.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to seeing.
5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And there's the end of the first half. And probably not the score we might have expected between these two teams, but it's a 1-0 score after one half of play. And so we're going to step aside, and then Gavin and I will talk a little bit about that first half after we take a break right here.
Diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
There's a time machine that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Welcome back to Lithia and Driveway Fields here in Medford. It's the Cascade Conference quarterfinals, and we are down, one half down here in this quarterfinal between number 2 Southern Oregon and number 7 Oregon Tech, and it's Oregon Tech in the lead, 1-0. I'm Jeff Smith. Gavin Wilmot with me, although he will be back shortly. We'll talk a little bit more about the half, but the 1-0 lead, it was Kevin Rodriguez scoring in the 7th minute, and the assists from Coda and Tambio, and we'll take a look at that replay here. We're going to pick it up. I believe it's Coda just about to receive it. Makes the first pass, and then they get it into the center for Rodriguez to put it home. So the initial deflection and then putting it home was Rodriguez. And that was the only goal of the first half. And so the Owls with the 1-0 lead. And so we're going to take another break. We'll come back with Gavin and some stats from that first half. We'll do that right after this.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff. The grand openings, the big expansions, and the celebrations, although those are pretty great. But for all the hard work it took to get there. The late nights, cold pizza, the glamorous travel, the juggling acts. We are in for all of it, all of us. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City, or Brian from Boise. He's great too. And thousands of other bankers around the country. Because your glory is our glory. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And all the cold pizza will be worth it to get us farther than we ever thought we could go, to be better than any of us could ever be alone, proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Come on! No, ref! There's no contact. I'm straight up. That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your
Welcome back to the Cascade Conference quarterfinals. We would like to thank our Cascade Conference corporate partners, Under Armour, Court Sports, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Alaska Air, and Herf Jones. Thank you for the support of the Cascade Conference. Jeff Smith with Gavin Wilmot, and Gavin, pretty good first half. Southern Oregon went on the attack early, a lot of play to our right-hand side. Then it kind of evened up, especially after the Owls got their goal. And I'm going to let you maybe share some of the stats and give us some of your thoughts on that, as I have to step. Well, never mind. I'll stay right here with you. So what do we?
This is the last game.
Oh, we didn't get those yet. Okay, well, we'll try and get those here, and we'll have those for you in a minute. But let's talk about that first half. Do you think that early goal, 7-minute mark, was that goal for Rodriguez and the Owls? Did that change the approach for SOU? For a time, it seemed like the style changed a bit, but then they went back on the attack late in the half.
Yeah, I don't think it changed much their style. I think it maybe was a little more of Oregon Tech was able to get out a little more, because I think SU still looked the same once they would get forward. They were going for it, and I fully expect SU to come out in the second half in the same way they started and the same way they've been playing. I think it's going to continue to be very direct, and especially if the scoreline stays as is, you need the goal, so they're probably going to get even more direct. So, but I think it was not necessarily against the run of play, but it was definitely. If you watch the first 5 minutes, you probably wouldn't have thought it would have been the scoreline that it was so early in the direction that it is, just given how aggressive SOU was out of the gate.
Yeah, so a good first half for the Owls. I think they couldn't ask for much better than having that 1-0 lead. And
but yeah, I mean, I think they're probably happy to get to the halfway point and to hear the buzzer go off for the half, just to calm it down a little bit, because I think SU was pushing quite a bit towards the end. So I think there's definitely more in it, like you said at the beginning. I don't think this game stays 1-0. I think I'd be surprised if it does stay 1-0. I think.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm definitely surprised it's only 1-0 from the frequency of chances that SOU had in that first half but couldn't capitalize on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we expect some pretty good action in the second half. We'll see if we can grab some stats and share them with you in just a minute here, but we'll take another break. You're watching the Cascade Conference quarterfinals on TableRockSports.net, and we will be right back.
is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Let the journey be your destination in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
We're losing a lot of referees and umpires because of the abuse toward them.
We get way too many people who feel they can officiate much better from the stands.
Getting parents to realize that they need to engage their kids in sports in a positive way, and that's teaching them to have fun with the sport, and then the competitive side follows. And then with the referees, and maybe letting the referees ref and the coaches coach and the parents parent.
Know your role. Visit SouthernOregonSports.com to learn more.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings, the big expansions, and the celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there. The late nights, cold pizza, the glamorous travel, the juggling acts. We are in for all of it, all of us. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City, or Brian from Boise. He's great too. And thousands of other bankers around the country. Because your glory is our glory. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And all the cold pizza will be worth it to get us farther than we ever thought we could go, to be better than any of us could ever be alone, proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us.
See ya.
Welcome back to the Cascade Conference quarterfinals. We'll look at some stats as we can here. We had a few things we had to take care of as we head to the second half. Teams out on the field, and we're just about ready to kick it off. And, of course, the Owls will have the kickoff to start this second half. And we are underway. Oregon Tech got that lone goal of the first half, and I can't imagine they'll think they can ride that one out for a whole nother half. But
yeah, I think they got to go for it to an extent.
Yeah, I think they need to try and duplicate that first half and get another early goal to really put the pressure on the Raiders.
Yeah, if it stays 1-0, the tensions are going to rise very quickly. I think looking at the stats, the first one that caught my eye was the corner kicks was 7-0 for SOU.
That was a good chance. He just got under it a bit.
That would have been a good chance to almost duplicate the first half.
Yeah,
get one early, and then probably wouldn't have seen much more after that.
No.
But yeah, like you're saying, there's 7 corner kicks in favor of SOU, and I think that kind of shows how it was.
Well, and there's that again. Their attacking style of play results in that. I would imagine.
Yeah, that and then the total of 20 fouls in the first half.
Yes, well, we expected that, and there's 21. So good opportunity here for the Owls. Not the ideal spot to commit that foul. Light starting to take effect as we get sun going down here. Of course, getting dark a little earlier now that changed the clocks a week ago. And
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too. Yeah, that one had a chance.
A little too much. A little too much on it.
A little too much English on that? Yeah.
A little more backspin for it to die a bit once it hit the turf. It's the right spot, just too much.
Now, you can probably educate me on this. Do these teams play mostly on artificial surface, or?
For the most part, yes. There are a couple schools in the Cascade Conference that have grass, but I know, notably last week, both these teams finished up in the Seattle area, and SCU had one game at Northwest where they did play on their grass, and it was raining for quite a while, and then Oregon Tech was fortunate enough to get both games moved to a turf because it was raining so much. But both those schools up there are grass. Two of the schools in the Montana area are grass, so I'd say it's fairly half and half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you definitely they're used to adjusting to the conditions.
Yeah.
Good attack here.
That's a great counterattack.
That pass was just off the mark. Little ball control there, trying to find the right pass for Schweiger. Now there I thought was a good no call right there.
Yeah. I think he's done a good job managing the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Despite some of the protests of the players.
And the crowd.
And maybe even the announcer once. Oh, and a tough one there. Free kick for the Owls is... I believe that was that whistled on Inoue?
I think so.
Number 13, he was come running back to his midfield position. Or maybe is he on the defense now? Yeah, he's a defender. He's on the defense. I was thinking he was coming back to midfield, but he's on the defense.
Yeah.
A little push in the back there, trying to get better position, and referee right on top of that.
I think he has to do a good job of staying on top of it with the crowd being so close. And I don't know if you peeked at the other field behind us, but the contrast in size of crowds for both these games right now is...
yeah, which you would expect.
Yeah.
Being in SOU's backyard and not that far from Oregon Tech.
Looks like it earns Tech their first corner. I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, nope. Yeah, it was a throw.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
They have an aspect ratio of a video feed called 4:3. That's literally what we're looking at when it's in that corner. 4 inches by maybe 3. Hopefully most of you are watching it on a 40, 50-inch screen. You can see things a little better than we can when it's in those corners.
Well, this hasn't been the same start as the first half.
No, we were expecting a little more aggressive Raider team, and this is actually feeling like the middle part of that first half.
Yep.
And actually probably more attack from the Owls than we got in that first part of the first half, or middle part of the first half. They got the goal, but it wasn't really because of a super sustained attack. It was just a really good sequence that... Yeah, looks like on the attack for the Raiders right now, we're seeing some similar patience from the midfielders that we've been seeing from the defense all along, where in that first half it felt like the forwards and the midfielders were just on attack mode all the time, and they're going a little more ball control than I expected here in this early part of the second half. And that header had a chance.
That is a great save.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Don't want to have to make those too often, but boy, he came up big there.
Seems to be.
And Raiders looking for a foul there. They're not going to get a call. But they will get the corner kick this time from the opposite side. Ooh. Still in front, finally cleared out, but another good chance. Good recovery there. That was a little similar to one we saw kind of the middle of that first half. So the Owls playing a little ball control on the sideline there, and they draw the foul.
Good defending there.
Yeah, good defense there to let that one roll out and get the goal kick. Now help me understand that. It looked like Tanaka peeled off of that. Why did he let that one go as it went in deep? He was pursuing, and then he sort of peeled off. Is it?
I think there was a little bit of contact with the defender. I think he was able to push him off a bit. I think it kind of threw him off, and sometimes, I mean, if you're trying to manage when you go and when you don't in terms of your legs,
Sure. And then, he realized that he wasn't going to be the first one to that ball.
He deemed that it might have been, a little too far away for him.
Okay. Well, despite the 1-0 lead for Oregon Tech, I got to say the SOU defense has been pretty stingy.
Yeah.
It was a deflection that led to that goal, so you can't really pin that too much on the defense.
That's great recovery.
Good takeaway there. Oh, near post.
Just wide.
Yeah, good shot. Maybe trying to catch Solis. He probably thinking far post on that.
Yeah, if someone's cutting in onto their strong foot there, usually you might see them try to curl it into that far post. So
not a bad idea, just missed it by a little bit. Ooh, that looked like a high kick that could have been called. Of course, high kick's another one that's sort of a judgment call. Depends on the proximity of the other players.
Yeah,
and
they lean into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good take on the ball here.
Another good chance for the Raiders. Oh.
It's another really good chance.
Raider fans starting to get a little restless here as we get down near 30 minutes to go. About a third of the way through this second half, and oh, nice tackle by Tanaka. And then Palomino got rubbed out.
Oh, that one's got to be a foul.
And we're going to stop it here. And I think we're going to get a card.
Yeah, it's probably going in the book for that one.
26.
So I believe that was Chan on the foul. And Solis again able to track that down. We get even some of the youngest fans questioning calls. And we got substitution. Couple subs coming in. One looked like one for each team. Way to get through two defenders there. And they get the goal, the equalizer. SOU ties the game. And it appears to be Evan Norconk. We'll double check that, but that,
I believe it was.
I think.
In the 61st minute by number 9, Evan Norconk.
And it is. It's Evan.
20, Sky Charlie Boiler.
Evan Norconk.
Charlie Boiler to Norconk in the 60th.
Well, that made things really interesting, and that's well done on SAU to get back into it and make this one even and make it really interesting.
When I think the fact that they get it before kind of the halfway point of this second half is ideal for them.
Yeah, I think definitely will be maybe a little bit of a momentum shift. So it'll be interesting. These next 5 minutes might be interesting.
And you got to. When you got to think, too, they got to be a little buoyed by the home crowd. I mean, I'm sure there's a pretty good contingency for the Owls, but probably a much bigger one for the Raiders.
Yeah,
and
closer.
Yeah. Changes the mood of your fans, and it changes your mood as well.
Yeah.
Not playing from behind anymore.
Yeah, and I think this will change the entire aspect of the game because now, you got both teams got to go for it. As it goes on, one can't really sit in. So
no, and I think that favors SOU because that's the style they like anyhow, or at least from what I can see. We're waiting for the free kick. Did we get another card? I'm having trouble seeing what the referee's up to over there.
I think he's having a coach with, or have a conversation with the coach over there.
Now we're ready to go.
We've got the same overloaded number here on this left side where the goal came from.
Oh, big.
Everything seems to be coming from this left side for SU right now, and they're having great success with it.
Yeah, it's working well for them, so why not? Where in that first half it seemed like a lot more from the right-hand side. They just wanted us to be able to see it. So 1-1 score. SOU getting on the board and tying things up. And if you're coming to any of the games tonight or Tuesday, please be sure to check out the concession area for food and beverages during the games.
Hope it doesn't go out for a corner there if you're tech. Took a weird spin off the defender's head and looked like it might have gone out for a corner, but did well at least keep it in and earn themselves a throw.
And they finally get that out of trouble there. And Solis will get to that first easily. Foul on that tackle.
I don't think it was tackle. I think it was just before that because he called it a little.
Oh, called it back here. Yeah.
I can't say I saw what the foul was.
No, I didn't either, but I think you're right because he did call it back a little ways.
It definitely wasn't the one down in the corner, so I'm not sure. This will be interesting and dangerous spot for a dangerous player to be over the ball.
A lot of grabbing and trying to battle for position. Hooked it a little too much. Soccer, such an imprecise game that when you see how precise these guys can be at times, you really have to be impressed by it.
And this game's really opening up end to end now.
Yeah.
That's a good ball.
Good cross. Nobody there close enough to put a head on it, but and we're going to get another corner kick. Fans, to follow all the conference athletics, visit cascadeconference.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, or X. 21 universities, 3,000 student athletes, and 16 championships. This is the Cascade Collegiate Conference.
If they can in-swing this well, like the setup that they got there, nice and crowded in front of the goalkeeper there, makes it very difficult for them to touch the ball. And I'll tell you now, that's my biggest pet peeve in the game.
What's that?
When you have a corner kick like that,
and the ball dives like that,
and you don't even get it past the first player.
Yeah, you got to get.
There's nothing more frustrating because, you know, how important set pieces are, especially corner kicks. It's an opportunity wasted.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen a couple of those today that just died, never made it anywhere near the front of the goal. Oh. So about halfway through this second half, and we got a good one.
Yeah. As this goes on from a neutral's eyes, this is exactly what you want.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I think you're right. We're definitely seeing it open up. It's end to end at this point. They're just kind of trading haymakers. And Ravolo had an advantage on that one. He just knocked it down because there was nobody nearby that he had to worry about. Good takeaway there.
Yeah.
That was Charlie Bolyard. Made a nice play to steal that away. That cross is deflected, finally controlled by the Owls.
That's a great turn.
And again, on this near side, working the left side again. You think that's something they might have talked about during the halftime, something they saw that they could work, or is it just because of the circumstances it's been working, so we're going to keep going to it?
Yeah, I think it's more probably the circumstances. It's what's been working, so until they feel it's not, and there's not necessarily no need to switch it, but
That would not feel good.
So the Owls will tee it up here after the foul against the Raiders. Hunt sent it in.
It's a good look, but at this level, with the level of goalkeepers we have, you really got to hit it well to beat somebody from there.
Yeah, from that far out. I will say that one did take a pretty nice bounce off the turf that, had it been on goal, may have given the keeper some trouble. Now, if somebody gets the go-ahead goal, do they dial back their attack a little bit, or do you want to just keep leaning on them?
I think if a second goal comes in this, the team that scores it with the time we're getting to is probably going to pack it in a bit and be smart.
So this is going to be a dangerous one here. Free kick for the Raiders.
This is especially with the way he's been hitting these with his left foot, and Curly's been getting on him. This is right on the edge of the corner there. That was close into the box.
Yeah, just outside the box.
It's a dangerous spot. Short.
Oh. So are you surprised that they went short on that with his ability to curl that?
I think with his ability, yes. I mean, if it's something they have had drawn up and they've worked on in session, then you got to trust that you've worked on. But I think with his ability, it surprised me a bit. Great grab.
Yeah, Ruvolo tracked that well.
Yeah.
And that's going to go against Oregon Tech. Even I could call that one.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a referee, but I could see that contact came well after the ball was gone.
Not much ball there.
And Rodriguez picks up the foul and got the worst end of that one. Going to add insult to injury by giving him the card as well, it looks like. Wow. I mean, it probably warrants one, but you got to feel bad for him. Unpack, unwind, and enjoy the luxurious tropical feel of the Compass Hotel. This resort-style, family-friendly property offers a relaxing island vibe amidst the rolling hills of the Pacific Northwest. Hungry or thirsty? Grab a bite and a drink from the 5 o'clock Somewhere Bar and Grill, directly on site. Whatever your vacation needs are, you'll be well taken care of at the Compass Hotel. Book your stay now. Palomino takes the free kick. So you know how important every kick and every throw-in is at this point of the game, because a throw-in somewhere near midfield and there's a lot of noise, a lot of...
Yeah. It's like something's happening on the bench.
Yeah.
AR is summoned over the official to have a word. I can only imagine maybe something was said. I don't know what else it would have been. Looks like just a warning, but
yep, comes over to restart the play. We're going to stop our clock for a bit. Our computer clock runs a little fast, so the longer the play goes, the more it gets ahead of the stadium clock. We've got just under 16 minutes to go. Ooh, that was probably a good no call, but it was close.
good block there on the top of the 18. Gotta give yourself the benefit of the doubt, though. At the time, with these rules, it's a stopping clock as opposed to a running clock.
Right.
Like everywhere. So if we're not on it, stopping it like them, then we're going to be off all the time.
No, and I try and check it each time it stops and correct it. But when you get this particular software I've been using for a long time, and the longer the clock runs, you start to get these discrepancies. It's like a computer random number generator. They're truly not random. It's not possible. And computer clocks are kind of the same idea. They're not perfect. So nothing decided here as we're down under 15 minutes to go.
Yeah. It's getting down to the wire, and can predict that it's probably only going to get exciting from here.
Yeah, I don't know that the next goal decides it, but the next goal will definitely change the intensity.
That's a good ball in, but well defended. They're doing very well at that SU. When they play it in like that, they get the second ball, they get the knockdown right away. So even if the initial ball is intercepted or gets cleared, it's still their ball.
So I kind of gave my thoughts a little earlier on SOU's defense. How would you grade the two defenses as we get down near the end of regulation?
I mean, I think they're both doing really well. I mean, I think both goals were from areas where teams weren't necessarily broken down.
Yeah,
like they were both from, obviously Tex in the first half was kind of a knockdown inside the box, and then I didn't say as much as a knockdown, but kind of in a similar kind of setting for SOU's equalizer. So I think they're both defending well, and both were just when the defense got put in an uncomfortable situation. So I think this initial one in terms of handling the pressure, especially for the SOU's attack side with how direct they are, I think Oregon Tech's handling it pretty well, and then SOU is getting organized very quickly when Oregon Tech does try to get the ball going. And I mean, you have to give some credit to SOU with their back line. I mean, they have co-defensive player of the year in their back line. So
yeah, for sure.
He's doing something right. And he's definitely shown that today. Very solid.
Yeah, I think what impresses me there is the combination of size but still speed. These are two big guys on the defense that can still move really well.
Yep.
So subs coming in for both teams. Patriot Electric is a family-owned business that has been powering up Southern Oregon for close to 20 years. We are a core group of licensed electricians with the resources and capabilities to complete any job, regardless of size, in both the residential and commercial fields. Our goal is to provide safe, effective, clean, and beautiful electrical and lighting projects, ensuring quality you can see. Good ball there along the sideline. Didn't see why didn't seem like a lot of contact there, but Owl player on the turf.
Looks as now the referee's having the same conversation with the other bench.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and again, the linesman up discussing something with the ref. I think a lot of people might not realize, if you're not a soccer fan but you're watching because you know someone out here or whatever the case may be, the linesmen have a lot more to do with the refereeing of the game than I think people sometimes realize. You know, they think they're just calling whose ball it is when it rolls out and calling offsides, but they really have more influence on the refereeing than just direction and offsides.
And you'll see it, and then in terms of just where it is, like for me, myself, like when we're coaching a team, I prefer the side that doesn't have the linesman on it, because then, like in this situation, SU has to be careful and has to be smart about what they're saying because the linesman is right in front of them.
Sure.
Whereas on the other side, maybe you can get away with it a little bit more because there's not somebody directly there.
One, without tipping my age, when I played youth soccer, and we would be linesmen for our game sometimes, and we would run the whole entire sideline. They changed that, of course, much like the libero in volleyball. Something new that I'm old enough to remember when it was different. So we're back underway, 1-1 score, and it's been a beauty of a game. You would expect these two teams to be very competitive despite the rankings coming in, or the seeding coming in, I should say.
Absolutely. Just got away from them there.
Get that out of here. Owls will throw it in. It's going to come right in front of us here at the table. SOU takes it right back. And again, they've been dangerous from this left side in the second half. Oh, good defensive play.
Long legs, and Dalton right out looking to run onto it.
Oh, that was... Owls got it back, but that was a good job to keep the foot down low enough not to get the high kick.
As soon as SU wins it, they're gone.
Yeah, they transitioned very quickly.
It's another good tackle. It's been a good defensive battle. See if Tech can do the same thing.
Yeah, this last 5 minutes or so, it's feeling like the very beginning of the first half. SOU's keeping it on their offensive end of the field.
Yeah, they are pumping it in at every chance they can. There it comes again.
Going to get a stoppage here.
Good ball to relieve the pressure there.
Yeah, there was kind of an overload of Raiders to that other side, and that was the perfect pass. Yeah, this is definitely looking like what we were talking about earlier. It's go, go, go for SOU. They're
as soon as Danny saw a little bit of space, he was head down, driven right into it, and was able to produce something. Say, like I kind of mentioned earlier, it's an ambitious look.
Yes, it is. It is.
Not that those don't go in, but like I said, it's got to be hit special to get someone from there.
Yeah, and that one wasn't one that was going to get in. Not enough pace on that, I don't think. No. Oh! Oh! I know what he's calling there. He's saying he went in to go under him.
Yeah.
I don't think it started that way, but it definitely finished that way. These referees they've seen enough. They know the tricks. And we're going to get a
sub, about 7.5 left. So I wonder if it's an offensive sub or if it's a defensive one. You have to imagine. I think that's Kiko solely, so it's definitely more of an attacking substitution.
More an attacking substitution. Yeah, and that would make sense at this juncture.
Starting to find that ball a little bit more. Oregon Tech looking for that knockdown.
Yeah, and for the first time in probably the last, again, 5, 6, 8 minutes, a couple of trips down to their offensive end where for a while there, SAU was not letting it past midfield.
Yeah. And as we said a while ago, the next goal might not be the decider, but as this clock trickles down to 6 minutes, I think one here might.
I think we're getting to that point where, one might be.
I think a goal here, whatever team it is we'll, as they say in this word, we'll park the bus and definitely sit back.
Well, is there a level to how conservative you might get once you get that go ahead?
Yeah, so I think it just depends on how it is. I mean, I think what makes it become more of a park the bus is that the team that got scored on is going to be going for it as soon as the whistle blows. It's going to be even more than it's looked going forward. So I think even if they told themselves they weren't going to, it might just happen naturally.
Sure. And, and as the team that goes ahead, I don't necessarily want to take the foot off the gas too much because they're going to be taking more chances, and you can capitalize on one of those chances. Somebody makes this a 3-1 game, then it is most likely over. Last 5 minutes, we're still tied at 1 apiece.
Looks like they're going to get this one into the box. Good recovery from the defender, because it's definitely a dangerous player in Franco to break free if he didn't get there.
Yeah, it's hard to play that defense like that with that attacker on your back and you're chasing it the wrong direction, so to speak. That's a tough position to be in. So 3:41 to play. We stopped for substitution. Last 3.5 minutes. This is going to get interesting.
Don't really see either team looking to see the game out either. So this will probably be end to end right down to that whistle. That almost fell through for him there.
Good takeaway.
Good interception there. Probably should have looked to get the shot off a little earlier there, SAU, but it's good interception. See if you can get a good ball in here.
So it looks like you're going to have a throw in here.
Yep. Just hitting that 2-minute mark. It's going to be a long throw. This is a great tool to have in your cabinet if you can get it in the box from here.
Down in front. Oh, and
ball.
another chance. Oh!
There was a lot of shouts for a handball there, but the referee walked away. There was a lot of shouts. I think think Tech was a little fortunate to get away with one there. Not necessarily if it was a handball, but that was a lot of pinball and scramble in the box.
Oh, that was a better
fun.
ball than I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be. That one had a chance, and there was somebody coming across.
All right, last minute. I think now, with less than a minute, if you can sneak one, you can sneak one. But I think you're going to get a guaranteed extra time period. So it gets this low. It's almost you want to score, but you don't want to concede just as much. I'll probably hold on to this just to get to the end of the game, I'd imagine.
Ten, 9.
Looks like we're going to get more of a game.
Yeah, looks like bonus time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And so
After
the
90
end
minutes, we're all
of
square.
90 minutes of time, it's 1-1.
Oregon Tech 1. We will play 2 10-minute golden goal periods to determine the winner.
So you can probably hear the PA there, 2 10-minute golden goal periods. And, of course, I know what it is, but I'll let Gavin explain what is golden goal.
Next goal wins.
Next goal wins.
Next goal wins. It went away last year, but they brought it back this year. But
yeah, last year they
effect.
went to what the high schools here in Oregon do, which is you play the full 20 minutes, two 10-minute halves, then you go to the penalty kicks.
Yep.
So at the end of this, if no one scores, we do still go to the penalty kicks. The difference being, if you score, whoever scores wins. So.
Yep.
All right, we're going to step aside. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more of the action right after this. Welcome back to Lithia and Driveway Fields in the Cascade Collegiate Conference quarterfinals, and we got a good one here for you as it's a 1-1 tie after regulation time. We excuse me, it's getting cold out here, folks. We will head to 2 10-minute overtimes with the caveat of course, these are golden goal overtimes, so the first team to score wins the game. Sudden death, as they used to call it. It's now called the golden goal, at least for soccer. And so we're just a little bit away from starting the first overtime period. And so while we got just a little bit of time, we're going to take a look at the all-conference honorees were announced. I believe it was just a day or two ago. And for these two teams, it was Casey Rovolo for SOU. Also Tristan Scarrett and Daniel Palomino, your first team all-conference.
No one on the touchline. Everybody on the cement, please, for your safety. Thank you.
That's a good call.
And Andrew Pasang was second team for Oregon Tech. And so we're just about ready to start this first 10-minute overtime period. And SOU with the kickoff to start the overtime. Just wide. Great chance for the Owls right off the bat.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like it took a touch, so put it wide. So I wonder if it maybe was going in. It's a corner kick.
Yeah, I think you're right. There may have been.
So this is a situation where it's golden goal. If you can get it now and just get it done with, definitely ideal if you're Oregon Tech here.
Yeah, and that was a great push, and that was one for me where Oregon Tech, I think, has a little advantage in the speed game, and they can really get vertical quickly. Oh, that had a chance. Saved.
They paid for that.
Save made there by Rovolo. And he had to get a piece of that, it looked like, too.
It's always an interesting one because I don't think anybody wants to go to a penalty shootout.
No.
So when you get into this one, it's who can manage the game to go forward, because obviously you get one, you win it, but if you concede one, you lose it. And
yep.
It's such a fine line with it. So
yeah, there's a bit of a balancing act there.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be aggressive, and because if you put it in the net, it's over. But if you catch yourself with giving them numbers the other way, it can just as quickly turn into a loss. But I will agree with you there. I don't think there's anybody that wants these to go to the penalty kicks.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I've been in some myself, and when it comes down to it, it's a lottery.
It is. It is.
You know, if you pick the right spot, if keeper picks the same spot, and they make the save, it's there's always that chance.
Well, and you can look at someone like Rovolo. He's first team all conference. Does that give him an advantage? Well, maybe, but not necessarily.
Yeah, I think it always just depends on the goalkeeper. And you have some teams where if they get into a shootout, might have a keeper on the bench who's better at
Yes.
saving. So I don't think that would be the case for either of these teams today. But you have seen some situations where it's getting close, and all of a sudden you look over there and you see another goalkeeper warming up, and it's just because they're better at a penalty shootout. But that's when the mental side comes in is maybe they're good at it, but if they come in and they've been watching the whole game, are they fully focused in it, and can they switch right up to the pace of the intensity of the game?
For sure. Well, and I saw a perfect example of that in a high school championship game a couple of years ago. The Hidden Valley Mustangs, a local team here just outside of Grants Pass, that they had been playing their backup keeper for much of the second half of the season because of an injury to their starting keeper. Got into the shootout. One of their position players was the keeper because she had so much better lateral movement than that backup keeper.
Yep.
Now they ended up losing, but she did a really nice job considering she hadn't been playing keeper.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big chance here for the Raiders with that whistle.
It's not a good spot to give away a foul there.
No, and we saw that one earlier where they went short and we didn't expect them to. I don't expect them to do that again here.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking you're putting this across the front of the goal.
Yeah, I think this one is definitely going in the box. But it looks the opposite though. It's definitely going to be more of a cross now that they have the right-footed over the ball instead of the left.
Oh, and there's, and again, it's easy for me to play, sideline coach here, but I would have liked to seen that one more toward the goal a little. That one stayed out a little farther than I expected it to. But you risk getting it too close where the keeper can make the easier play as well.
See if we can get it in here.
Oh, and they score! And Oregon Tech
on the golden goal. And that's the game.
Oregon Tech is going to get the upset. 2-1 will be your final score. 96th minute. Wolfgang Alvarado gets the winner for Oregon Tech. The Raiders dejected as they lose right in the shadow of their hometown, just a few miles up the road.
And, being on the mic, I'm trying to contain myself as much as I can, but I'm an owl myself. So
yeah, there was some silent celebration going on over here, and you know what? That's okay. We don't expect you. We expect you to be fair throughout the broadcast, but when the game's over, you can be happy for your team. Nothing wrong with that at all. But who is not happy are the Southern Oregon Raiders. But Oregon Tech with the big upset. Second upset in a row on this field. The game before us was one of the girls' games, women's games. Excuse me. I'm a high school guy. Sorry. And
did Carol win over there? Carol. Did Carol win?
Trying to get you the result from the other quarterfinal going on just behind us here. That game ended a little before this one, and while we try and get the result on that,
so that means Tech will now have to go up against the number one.
So Carroll, the number one seed, winning their quarterfinal, and so Oregon Tech will have to face them on Tuesday.
Yep.
And again, the games are Tuesday and then Thursday, I believe. Let me double check that. But the rest of the games after tonight will be played over on the stadium field.
Correct.
And so it's going to be Carroll and Oregon Tech. And again, Gavin with a big smile on his face. He's a Tech guy and pretty happy with that result. But a lot of the fans here, not so much.
It was a great game.
It was a really good game.
I think that had everything. Anyway, this side of the complex was packed, and I think
Well, and I think it's fitting that one ends on probably the best cross we've seen in this game tonight.
Yeah, it was great ball and it was a good goal.
Yeah.
I mean, it came down and you couldn't probably put in a better ball than he did there.
No, I don't.
Really good.
Yeah, I don't think you can have any qualms with that being, not a fluky one at all. That was in fact, I think we've got another look at that one, and we'll try and cue it up here.
Yeah.
So let's take another look at the winning goal put in by Wolfgang Alvarado. And yeah, I mean,
that's a good goal.
You don't draw him up any better than that. And so a fitting end to this. The more of a home team, probably a little disappointed here, but that you can't ask for a better looking goal to end a game.
Yeah.
And so we got a couple more people we want to recognize, so we're going to do that now. I want to thank Gavin Wilmot for being with me. You're going to hang around for the next game and help me out? Excellent. So we got another one coming up for you, the last of our quarterfinals. And I got a couple people I've got to mention, so I'm going to do that right now. Precision Electric is a full-service electrical contractor that has been serving Southern Oregon for over 4 decades. Precision's client-centric team includes designers, engineers, estimators, and administrators ready to respond to any issues or emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From simple residential to multi-million-dollar commercial projects, Precision Electric is committed to always delivering pride in craftsmanship. From humble beginnings as a small trash hauler in 1938, the road disposal and recycling of today is more than 150 hardworking and dedicated employees strong. We're a leader in curbside trash, recycling, and yard debris pickup services, and we're dedicated to a broad range of school and community-based programs, all designed to add to the amazing quality of life for the people we serve and the communities we call home. Since 1977, S&B James Construction has been a client-centered, service-driven contractor, providing comprehensive design and construction services that deliver high-quality results across California, Oregon, and Nevada, with a portfolio spanning healthcare, retail, commercial, industrial, education, and public sectors. Their successful projects reflect a commitment to excellence. S&B James aims to be the most trusted building partner within their communities and is honored to be recognized among Oregon Business's 100 best companies to work for in Oregon. So once again, your final score, 2-1 in the first overtime. And Oregon Tech moving on to the semis, where they will face Carroll coming up on Tuesday. On behalf of the Cascade Collegiate Conference, congratulations to both teams on a great quarterfinal match. The Owls of OIT have advanced to the Cascade Conference men's semifinals presented by U.S. Bank, which will be held on Tuesday at Wheeler Field. Thank you to all the fans for coming out and supporting both teams and for watching here on TableRockSports.net. Another quarterfinal coming your way. Look for it on our YouTube channel. And once again, for my cameraman, Mikhail Weish, and my partner, Gavin Wilmot, I'm Jeff Smith saying have a great night.